as promised initially when we started KT Life and Style, today we are talking about breaking bad financial habits. And where else to do it other than financial diet? So come along and let's hear word of advice from experts.
Welcome to KTL Life and Style, and this is Business Success. And today we're talking to Helen Tolbert, designer, and I have actually had the pleasure of wearing one of her designs on one of our in-studio shows. You remember back in the day when humans could interact. But here we are, and we're still talking about Helen Tolbert because she's someone who needs to be talked about. But I know that introduction was not worthy of a woman of your stature, so take it away and tell us, who is Helen Tolbert?
Hi everyone, my name is Helen Talbot. I'm the CEO and head designer at Ellen Design. I'm a mother, a businesswoman, an entrepreneur. I'm a daughter, and I am a sister to many. Yes, what else? And a friend to many also.
And you are money making machine. You're making boss moves. Can you answer that as well? Because you're doing amazing.
Amen. I am. They say you are what you confess you are. So I am a money making machine.
Yes, you are. And to talk about your designs, actually, I remember that dress because I was asked to wear it several other times, and I had to explain to people I didn't own that dress. So I had this guilty feeling of I need to call Helen and buy that dress. But the way my account is set up is a bit different. But anyway, thank you so much for giving us your time this morning. And today we're talking about the transition from employment to entrepreneurship. And that is your case. So tell us about your employment to entrepreneurship story.
When first of all, I quit my employment in the year 2012. I think it's now 8 years since I quit my employment to join business. One of the things that I regret not doing was having a proper plan before quitting. Mine was kind of an impromptu kind of thing. But all in all, it's been a tough journey, and we are here, and I'm enjoying it totally. But not to fool you, it has not been that smooth. Despite the fact that I'm enjoying this journey, there are a lot of ups and downs. There are low times and there are high times. Yeah.
And to be honest, I think you're the first person who's made entrepreneurship sound a bit better. Everyone I talk to is always complaining about how hard it is to be an entrepreneur. I was speaking to another entrepreneur who made it seem like being an entrepreneur means you're a pro. You know those promotion girls who wear the t-shirts and then you go approach someone and be like, "Oh hi, I have this product." That's exactly what people make out entrepreneurship to be, and there's this comfort that people have with employment. So what pushed you, and you are like, you know what, employment for me this 2012, because first of all there was predictions the world was ending in 2012, so you went ahead and took the risk of being an entrepreneur even when you have been told the world is ending. So what was that push that made you move into entrepreneurship?
Growing up, my mom used to be a tailor, so I always wanted to do fashion or something related to fashion. So whenever I would go to this office, I would feel like something was still lacking. Something was lacking. So during my breaks, I would go down to Kikomba and look at buy clothes, come back, have them like washed, cleaned, or sometimes mended, or designs changed at my local tailor, and then I would sell them. So there was a part of me that was in business. I would buy things from River Road and come back and resell. You know, I always wanted to do something different and not just sit from 8 to 5 in an office. So despite the fact that I was still in an office, I would find time, get out, go buy my own things and come back and sell. So when I had the chance, I took it.
And even when you're talking about this entrepreneurship, especially for someone like a designer, people relate. It's not like walking into a supermarket or, for instance, Mr. Price and picking whatever is there. There's this human connection. I'm buying this because this is her idea. One thing I know about designers, because I have been guilty of the same crime, showing you a picture and telling you nishonehi. How was the journey moving from that to people just buying a ready-made product by Helen Tolbert?
First of all, we do bespoke pieces. We are not yet doing like ready to wear. I don't have a ready to wear line. Most of my items are made to order. Are made on order. Yes, bespoke pieces. So we allow people to actually walk in talk to us, tell us their needs, and we also advise and what would work for you best, because each and every person is created in a unique way, in a different way, and people have different challenges when it comes to dressing. And I think I enjoy mostly like meeting people at the point of their needs, I would say, because they say for you to run a successful business, you have to meet a need. And for me, I feel like giving each and every individual something unique works better. And that's why maybe I connect more to my clients.
And I love that. But now, for instance, when you're doing all this, everyone is excited for you, give me this, this, this. And back to my question, as an entrepreneur, there's always nitakulipa baadaye. Si mimi beshte yako na kupromote nitakulipa baadaye. How do you get away from this? Because the problem with entrepreneurship is people are working with you, it's not an institution or a product they're picking and walking away. They talk to you. So as an entrepreneurship, I'm scared of, will people pay me? Will my product sell? How do you get past all these insecurities? Let me call them that.
I thank God that I had a background knowledge or background education in business administration and business management. So by the time, and I was a marketer at the post office before I started business. That's where I worked last before quitting and starting business. So by the time I was starting business, I knew what to do, where to do it, and how to do it. So one of the things to avoid is selling anything on credit. Like one of how we operate is you pay deposit. When we agree on what you want, I tell you the amount you're supposed to pay. Then you pay 50 or 60% depending on the item. And then upon completion, before collection, you're supposed to pay the other half. And that's our mode of operation. People have different modes of operation, and you have to find a mode that is appropriate or will work best for your business. Because if you give anything on credit, then one, you're bound to lose clients, you're bound to lose friends, you're bound to lose relatives, because people will always find way not to pay you. They'll always have a reason or the other. Oh, somebody has been sick, or I had to pay my rent first, or I had to do this first. So if they come to me, it means they've chosen me as a priority. So you pay me what you had planned to pay, and then go about your business. I don't want to know what your business is. Sorry to say, it sounds harsh, but such is business. You treat business as business and relationships as relationships.
Yeah, don't be too harsh. Tell them this is not your mother's home, but it's true. No, I understand what you're saying. No, I mean, it's life. Everyone is trying to make, money here and there. So the thing about entrepreneurs, I feel like, you're tired of working in this space. You're tired of working under someone's rules. So you want to come and do something that is yours. You follow your own rules, your own timetable. What is one thing that people don't know about entrepreneurship? Because people see entrepreneurship as this freedom, to do what you truly love and be the best at it. What is the one thing you'd tell someone, hey, angalia, life isn't like that?
The biggest misconception about entrepreneurship is one, people think you have a lot of time to yourself. That is not true at all, because I work past my working. I don't even have working hours. At times I work into the night, late, as late as 1 a.m. In the morning, 2 a.m. in the morning, I'm up replying to messages, because we have people from different time zones. I have clients from the US, I have clients from the UK. So working with all these different time zones and getting to meet all these clients, at times I have to stay up to late. And by the time you wake up in the morning, somebody tells you, can I have the earliest appointment, maybe 7 a.m.? And at times you slept at around 4 a.m. So you've not had like much of sleep. So you lose yourself. You become this business. You become like, now my name had to change. People no longer call me by my name. They call me Ellen. I'm Helen. They can't even tell the difference. They can't separate me from my own business.
Yeah.
Yes, you have become your brand. You live. Somebody meets you on the street and they're like, Helen, where are we? So you take your work everywhere. And like when you're working for somebody else, when you've closed your office, you've closed it.
Yeah.
And you can comfortably tell somebody, call me tomorrow at 8 a.m. or call me tomorrow at 1 p.m. I'll be in the office. I don't have the luxury of doing that. I have to answer my calls anytime. I have to be on beck and call at any time. I don't have the luxury of closing office, because I am the office.
Yeah, you're a slave to your passion.
Yes, you are. So to say.
Yeah. So entrepreneurship is not for me. I'll be dodging that bullet, but I'll be supporting entrepreneurs here and there. But now, here's the
If
thing
you
that
love
people
your
don't know
beauty,
about.
please don't.
So here's the thing that people don't know about you. You quit your job and started this other business with only 5,000 shillings in your pocket. Helen, were you okay in 2012? Were you okay?
When I quit without notice, and I had to pay my employer the amount that when you quit without giving your employer notice, you have to pay 1 month in lieu. I think there's a law like that. It still exists up
Mm-hmm.
to now. So I had to pay my employer my last salary, and what I was left with was around 5,000 shillings. And that is what I took and went to Kikomba, straight to Kikomba market, because I tried thinking of another way of making it or doing it different, and nothing came in mind. My queue had been warned by family not to do this because my family does not have a background in business. I was the first one who's going to venture into business. Everybody in my family, I come from a big family, and everybody's employed.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has a stable
Yeah,
job, employed, they have a boss somewhere. So I was the first person claiming to go and employ myself and probably employ others.
others.
So when
Mm.
when I did this in 2012, I looked crazy. I looked crazy, I must say.
No, it's one of the craziest ones are usually the ones with the biggest ideas. And let me take you back to something you said earlier on. You had a
Mhm.
background in business studies. How important how important is it to have a bit of knowledge in business when you're going into business, other as opposed to learning along the way?
I would tell anybody who wants to start entrepreneurship to study as much as they can about one business generally as a whole,
Hmm.
accounting as a whole, just have general idea, and then do your research in the particular field that you also want to go in. Don't just think that because you love something, it will make it easy. No, it won't. You have to do
Yeah.
what you have to do. I also had mentors who had to hold my hand and guide me. Those people who had been there before me, who've done it before me. And I'm
Mm.
glad that they were there for me because somehow I learned from their mistakes. Somehow they were able to tell me, oh, don't take that direction. If you take this direction, then you might end up, in the wrong hands or doing the wrong thing. But my background in business administration has helped me a lot because I am my own
Yeah.
administrator in my business. I am my secretary. I am my
Yeah.
accountant.
Mm.
I am my everything.
The head that wears many hats. But it's wonderful.
Yes,
At least
yes.
if money is missing somewhere, it's only you who's answerable. I was talking to another designer earlier, and she told me the incidences where someone steals your designs. Like
Mhm.
you work in an office, they have cyber security, they have all this. But here's Helen with her designs and her sketch pad, and then she has an employee taking it and goes away with it. Is anyone ever ready to deal with that? Have you ever dealt with such?
You deal with that a lot, but one thing also that you
Mm.
have to come into terms with is that luckily in fashion and design, trends change and they change really
Yeah.
fast. So you
Mm.
don't hold on to design so much. Don't get it
Mm.
into your heart and in your head and say this is my design, because what if trends change? You come up with a great design today and tomorrow it's out of fashion or people are not feeling it
Yeah.
as much as they. What happens to you?
Yeah.
What happens to you? So
Yeah.
what you have to do as a creative, always take it as a challenge. This person has taken this, is claiming is there. You know what? I'm a creative. Let me go back to the drawing board. Let me create something else and see what they do. Will they steal this one?
Mhm.
And before people will know that Helen is always the first one to come up with this, and then you will see so and so coming up with this. So it's so easy. As a creative, I don't get hung up on my designs. I don't get hung
Yeah.
up on them.
As an as an onlooker who looks into the fashion world, now let's just generalize and talk about people interested in fashion. It's very, very competitive. There's this one who does these designs, there's this one who does almost similar designs. And the one thing you've told me, I've learned from that statement you make is with fashion, you really need to be innovative, constantly keeping up with the trends. How much energy does that take? How much research goes into this? Because I'm sure, someone who's looking at fashion, even when I was young, I always wanted to do fashion. I'm like, you know what? I have cool style. I have this. It would be easy. But you never really know what you're putting out if it can be bought because sometimes people are just going with what's really hot in the market. How much goes into this research? How much time? And if for someone who is not ready to put in the work, is pursuing entrepreneurship something you would advise as opposed to employment?
Um, I would advise it for somebody who is ready for the challenge, because there's a lot of sleepless nights, I would call it. There's a lot of heartbreaks, I would call it. Like you constantly hear of entrepreneurs saying, somebody stabbed me in the back, somebody stole from me, you know, somebody cheated me into a deal. You'll always want to get into one deal or the other. So like a good friend told me, one of my mentors and a good friend told me, the best thing you could do for yourself is, first of all, focus. And how do you focus? By writing your vision and mission statement, so that you know where you're going to, so that you don't jump onto every deal that comes your way, or every good thing that glitters and is passing. You always go back to your mission and vision and ask yourself, does it align with my vision and mission? If it does not, then I'll let it pass, you know. So generally speaking, in fashion, it's not easy, because you at times, I'll give a very good example. A client will call you and tell you, Helen, I have this very big event and I want to be the showstopper. And in this event, we have thousands of people coming in, meaning thousands of designers will be represented. So how do you think better than these thousands of other designers that, one, you've never even met, you've never even interacted with? How do you go out of the norm? So you see, and this client probably, once by the moment they say hi, in your next statement, you're sending them the designs. They don't understand that it takes time to bath them, to think about them, to go over them. So at times it takes me even a week to get back to a client. The first thing I'll ask you is, when is your function? If I feel like I have time, I'll ask for more time, because it takes time to bath this thing. You don't just work with designs for everybody in your head. At times you have to go to the drawing board and change something small from your old design, or you've been having an old design that never really made it out of the shop or out of your workshop. And this person comes in and you're like, this is perfect for them. And it's perfect for this function. For instance, last year when I was called for Miss Universe, I was not ready for it. But I'd been having several designs in my head, but I never had the platform. I didn't have anybody.
I saw it, girl.
Thank you. I never had anybody who would wear high sleeves, bareback, you know, cleavage showing, and all those things. So when they called me, I went to my store and I was like, finally, somebody wants
time to unleash the beast.
And that was a great opportunity. So there are challenges. I would say. Nothing is as easy as it seems on the surface.
You know, I love that you brought it up, because I was just going to say, you know, I'm going to try my luck next year. So I hope you'll be ready with my dress, my design. I'm trying to pay and pick for them. The keyword is I'm coming to pay and pick them up. I will pay them, pick them up, because I already trust you. Sawa. And the jacket behind you, I love absolutely. So as we finish, what is the the white one on the mannequin?
Oh, this, you should come for it. The way it's your size, you should come for it, Laura. I'm serious.
Katie, and if you're listening, I need my paycheck earlier. I need to get that jacket from Helen. But Helen, I'm having too much fun. But anyway, for every entrepreneur who's listening to you at home, what is the one key advice you'll tell them? If you are going to get into business, at least have this at your fingertips. Whether it's the capital to start, whether it's the connections, whether it's the network. And we'll also get back to the network, because that's one thing I really wanted to ask about. But as a parting shot for entrepreneurs watching, like, the way millennials are, in the simplest terms, you've met someone on the street, like, Helen, what do I do to get where you
are? What I would tell you is that it's possible. One, it's possible, because if I made it with 5,000, that's as easy as it can get. All you need now is give it your all in terms of time and resources. Give it your all, go all out. If it means losing sleep, lose sleep. If it means meeting people at odd hours, do it. Go all out. Everybody has the ability to do it. There's nothing impossible under the sun, as long as you put your heart in it.
And now finally, for my question about networking. So when you decided to move into fashion, did you start walking in circles where fashion, or did you Google, or did you have a friend who told you, let me introduce you to some people, or you walked in blind? How did you go about getting this network? How did you go about networking?
They say your network is your net worth. I don't know how true it is, but for me, it has worked. My first clients were my friends. and the people that I used to, my former colleagues that I used to work with, and I've maintained most of them up to date. So make sure that the people you hang around with are people who can tell you the truth. And after they tell you the truth, they can buy into your idea because they believe in you. Because I told some of my friends that, hey, I'm quitting my job to do this. And they told me, you know what? You love your sense of style. If you ever go this way, then count me in. And for sure, I've been counting them since. I've been counting on them since, and they've been very loyal and very good to me. So make sure you keep people who can support you around you.
Yeah. Okay, Helen. Thank you so much. You're a trooper. People don't know what happened even before this meeting, but wakijua, they'll know how important this was for me. Thank you so much, Helen. Have a wonderful day.
Have a nice one. You have a lovely evening. Thank you, Laura. Bye.
You too. Thank you.
And before we have to say goodbye, we have Welio Dendo with nuggets of wisdom. So get out your pens, get out your notebooks, get out your laptops, your phone, but note it down because this is Nuggets of Wisdom with Welio Dendo.
Hi, my name is Welio Dendo, and you're watching Nuggets of Wisdom right here on KTN. This morning, I want to share with you on why startups fail. Have you ever wondered that every startup that begins fails within the first 5 years because they are unable to sustain their growth and their passion for that particular business? So we want to look at what causes them to lose that sustainability and passion to make sure that the idea that they had, they are not able to do it. The first thing you have to know why a startup will fail is their inability to keep their word. They don't deliver to their promise. When it comes to building a business or building up an idea, the critical thing you have got to know is that when people put money on you, they are putting money on the promise that you're going to deliver according to promise. For many startups, as they begin to take in 1 and 2 and 3 more clients, they are unable to schedule their work so that they can be able to meet the promise of the word that they have given. I have met so many startups that they have good work, they have good quality, they have got good products, but they cannot just deliver to the promise. The customer remains in so much suspense and intention, and that is why eventually they choose that next time I would rather pay premium and get a guarantee of a timely delivery than pay at cost and get this hustle and bustle in order to get the delivery. So if you're a startup, you have to know this, that your word reflects on your business. If you cannot keep your word, eventually your business will not be able to be sustained because it takes a lot of effort to draw a client, and you only maintain that client with the delivery to the promise that you have made. So that's the first thing that I've seen that costs a lot of startups, the inability to just keep their word and follow through with their word. The second thing that makes startups fail is that when they're doing their first trimester, they get easily diverted from what is important. The thing about being a startup is when you start up an idea, you have got to know what exactly am I delivering? What exactly are my strengths? Unfortunately, with a startup, because you have got so much passion to do business, you over-expand yourself, you over-commit yourself, you open up yourself to so many ideas, and you run after so many ideas, and so you become a jack of all trades and a master of none. When you're at a startup stage, you have to know that you cannot afford to be a jack of all trades. You must choose first an area of mastery so that people can have confidence in what you are able to deliver and they can trust your character in terms of delivery. But when you overcommit yourself into doing, you can do this, you can do that, now you're no longer a startup, you're now what I call a dealer. You begin to be a dealer because you have got no trade ability, but you're committing yourself that you're able to deliver. And so you give your energy into chasing rather than into creating and into constructing the frame and the quality that will build your business, and that is execution. Thirdly, the thing that makes startups not be able to make it to their 5th year is that they don't see the value for marketing. When a startup is starting, when you're talking about marketing, I want to infuse that it's not that they don't see a value for marketing, but they believe that because they have got good quality, people will buy the quality. But people don't buy what you build, people buy what you sell. When you want to sell, you must see that if I'm going to sell, I must be able to put my profile and my portfolio in a way that people can see it outside. Why is marketing important? It gives us a virtual experience of your actual work. If you don't do good marketing, if you don't put value for marketing, if you're waiting for people to be able to call you because you have a good product that you do at the backside of your house or at the backside of your workshop or at the backside in a place somewhere, then people will not be able to know what you're selling. So you will have to depend sometimes on word of mouth. And unfortunately, technology now has hastened the speed by which people are having virtual experiences. So you may be the best in the trade, but the poorest in the market, not because you don't have the good product, but because you've not come up with a market mix that is able to make it sell. Fourthly, and most importantly, is you don't know how to separate your money and your business money. When you're a startup, as much as you are being paid, you have to know very well that there is my money and there is the business money. If I'm not able to distinguish between my money and the business money, I'll end up taking the business money for my money. So you'll take the business money, take your girlfriend for a date, take your wife for a holiday, take your children for a movie, and then you're going again to look for business so that you can be able to compensate what you have done. You have to be able to distinguish what is my money and what is the business money so that the two of them don't overtake one another. When you're a startup, your priority should be to build your business, not holidays, not movies, not outings. It should be to build your business. All the money you make, conserve it for building your business. That's all the time we have on this Nuggets of Wisdom, and I can't wait to see you start up and become a great start.
Okay, my name is Laura Mbatha. That has been KTN Life and Style for today. Fear not, because we come back next week, same time, same place, with even amazing content. And who doesn't like to talk about money? Show me one person. One. But in the meantime, head over Paletry. So the hashtag is hashtag KTN Life and Style, at KTN Life and Style, at KTN Home, because this is a conversation you do not want to miss out on. Thank you so much. Blessing and light to you and your family.